Welcome to our final matchup of the night, MaSa versus KeeN. To the top left-hand side, our blue Terran player. It is MaSa. To the right-hand side is going to be our red Terran player. Give it up if you're cheering on KeeN. Alright guys, final series of the day. I want to hear who you are supporting. Let me know in the chat if you're cheering on anyone in particular here. We are going to be bringing back the chat votes in the near future. I've been a little bit bad with those the last couple of days because we've just had some hecticness going on with kind of fan matches and stuff like that and so on. They will be coming back in the near future, especially tomorrow as we have some best of fives, etc. Just to confirm as well, by the way, our final series of the day is being cast from replays. This game was played about half an hour ago. It was played about half an hour ago. Basically, when we started Jon Snow versus Volts, MaSa versus KeeN played, and it's being cast from replays right now to bring you guys the action. Just because KeeN was extremely tired, because it was like 6 AM or like 8 AM for him, and he'd been up all night, so he wanted to get playing, and so the admin allowed it. So our final series of the night here is from replays, and again, it will be the one to kind of really decide the final placings of this group. Jon Snow and MaSa already guaranteed to go through. This is basically down to KeeN and Cass. So KeeN needs one map, and he will advance in third place no matter what. That's all KeeN needs, one map. For MaSa, he needs to not get 2-0'd, because if MaSa gets 2-0'd, he will actually finish in third place of the group, and then he has to play a laser. Although right now he's looking to finish in second place of the group, and that would put him against Bjorn. I don't really know if either of those are better than the other. They both seem like pretty terrible options in terms of having a good chance of moving on through. From 24 players, we are almost down to 12. And tomorrow we will go from 12 players all the way down to 6. And those 6 players will join the OSC Championship bracket. The OSC Championship bracket is made up of 20 players seeded into the winners bracket. Cham and Demi already seeded into round 5. And then we also have seeded in round 3 Micah, Scarlet, Neeb, and Starkler. In round 2 we have Namshaw and Nice seeded in. And round 1 of the winners bracket, Cypher, Probe, True Solar, Semper Snoot, Soul Future, Chick, Bly, Illusory, and Igers. These Reapers on Reaper action is starting up. The 6 players that come through the groups do go into the lower bracket, where they're joined by Nurture, B-Lord, Cyan, Siegfried, Game Time, and Azura. For now, though, these 2 Reapers of KeeN are starting to get some action going. A Cyclone going to arrive as well. It was a bit of a more aggressive opening from him, with no expansion early. And we are going to be seeing the initial CC of MaSa on the low ground, taking quite some damage. But now his own Cyclone comes out, and he should be able to push this away. The grenade doesn't quite help to pick up a kill. Not bad in the end, though, as we do see a third CC from KeeN. Going straight into this here, and he's just going to reactor out those Cyclones. KeeN going to be playing some of this mass Cyclone style we've seen being popularized over the last couple of weeks. Maybe even the last month or so now. Meanwhile, MaSa, a lot of Marines already, and still making Marines, maybe looking towards a more bio approach to this game. Obviously, with the mass Cyclone, this tends to become mech for KeeN rather than bio. Right now he's actually still trading very well. There's the Cyclone of MaSa coming through, and we'll be able to push this Cyclone away. 2 Reapers into the main base, and they will look for some worker kills. But he's actually going to get that SCV that was low health with the grenades. Now he's going to be able to come through and target down another couple perhaps. It's 2 kills so far, and he still actually hasn't taken damage from these Reapers. Now the Cyclone will start to get it, and the Reapers will try to make an escape through the natural. So Reapers are attempting to make a escape over here. Do you see a couple of Cyclones coming in and a little bit of damage done. This supply depot going to get picked off here in the end, and we do see that orbital lifting up. Cyclone's a little bit trapped at the moment though with this bunker here, this tank, and the Cyclone of MaSa. MaSa has to lift up the natural expansion, but kind of trapped her in the corner a little bit here, as we're going to be seeing. This one Cyclone is also taking some hits. I mean, the Cyclones of KeeN are still doing a lot, just keeping MaSa away. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, it's a Liberator sieging up on the natural to get 4 kills, and so MaSa gets a little bit of a comeback going in that regard, but KeeN, remember, is still on a 3rd CC, and so he has a lot of work of production. As we As you see those Cyclones in the back get picked off, and there's other Cyclones that rallied across here, not able to do just yet. Liberator sieges up once more, and we do see another couple of SCVs going down. Cyclones are still locked onto this Liberator. This Liberator is going to get picked off there, so Liberator goes down, some SCVs start split up between the refineries, some of them jumping back onto the minerals as well. Siege tank going to be popping out of this factory in the next couple of moments, and we do see the engineering bay about halfway done. Another couple of factories coming down. KeeN is indeed going to be playing mech alongside those Cyclones. Starting at the Hellions now, he actually didn't go double armory, which is something that's very popular among players when going for the reactoring of Cyclones early in the game. Final Pre-Ignited starts up from KeeN too, so starts to get that going, and it's going to be seen again a couple of Hellions coming up through the center towards the upper left-hand side. Meanwhile, this Liberator continues its journey on the way down to the south. Stim pack starting up from MaSa as well. The second barracks too, and well, I say second barracks, another barracks. He has got his third CC ready, but still a few workers behind. KeeN definitely looking pretty okay right now here for game number 1. Again, Infernal Pre-Ignited on the way up once more, as we do see Liberator sieges and a couple of SCVs will get picked away at. One SCV going down very quickly, and a second SCV too. Now you do have those couple of Vikings coming in. They will be able to push that Liberator away. So the Liberator of MaSa gets pushed away. All the way up this left-hand side here, actually. So all the ways away. A couple of tanks coming out, and Infernal Pre-Ignited going to be finishing in a moment or two. And you're going to see this game going into that Bioverse mech stage, but the fact that mech in play is the one who has the third CC up faster is out of work a lead. I mean, generally it's the Bio player that wants to be expanding earlier because his composition is not as strong in straight up fights, and so you try and win the game off of having more mobility, having the faster bases, being able to trade slightly worse, but having more to rebuild from there, or to having more to rebuild with from there, basically. Cyclone comes down to the low ground. These Hellions going to take some shots. Now going to back away into the center of the map. Running away, KeeN. Not really wanting to stick around for that one. Well, MaSa's going to push across. He's actually got quite a lot of tanks here. Stim will finish with a fairly low number of Marines that are in this. Yes, he has maybe more than I think. He has like up to 16. So he actually has a few more than I thought. So just doesn't look like a lot when there's a few here and then a few in the middle. As we do see this army pushing forwards, MaSa will be looking to siege up in the next couple moments. You see a couple of Vikings already firing away here. So you see the tanks already sieging up, and that's going to be one tank from MaSa just disappearing. The Viking control here is going to get himself a Viking, but he is going to lose one to the Cyclones. So actually MaSa loses his air control, and now this position is nowhere near as powerful. He's still going to try and commit in as the Hellbats will drop on top of the tanks. The tanks go down so quickly, and the Marines on their own probably not going to be able to do much at all. KeeN pushes MaSa back with ease. MaSa is already not looking brilliant here in game 1, unfortunately. So MaSa, unfortunately, not looking great right now. KeeN continuing to build up advantages. One thing MaSa has is maybe upgrades, but again, you still need enough of an army to make this work out. As you see, Hellions tanks joining up together down on this low ground here. The 4th command center from KeeN continuing to come on up right now. Continue to set up on this side, as you do see another CC of MaSa on the 4th base as well. +2 attack, +2 armor. MaSa will keep the upgrades in his favor. Has all the upgrades on the bio also, the Stimpack, Combat, and Concussive. And well, KeeN. Interesting that MaSa actually takes the low ground 4th base. I wonder if that's something to do with the pushing power of the mech. He doesn't want the mech to push up this direction, instead wants it to maybe push in this sort of way, but then he can still push up here and siege the high ground. Some players just prefer the low ground bases, one to hold rather than the high ground. And he's going to be seeing MaSa actually with a good opportunity here, maybe get something done. He's got a lot of Vikings too, obviously giving up a lot of medevac production to make this happen, but with the Viking count up there, he has got a couple of Liberators starting to come out. And against what is currently no anti-air at all for the meching player, obviously Liberators can get quite a bit done. Hellbat's very tanky here initially, and they're going to be able to soak up a lot of the shots, allowing this mech army to actually push on through. But again, it's the Liberator that will really kind of save the day for now. We're going see more bio coming forwards, and now there isn't actually too much else happening. You're going to see another tank getting picked off here as well. So another tank gets picked off. The Vikings in the sky going to get themselves another pick off too, and still a little bit of something going on here. So we have got the still gathering up in the center. KeeN to the right hand side of a few siege tanks as well, just going to keep moving those around. He's actually going to go into the anti-air kind of upgrade for the Cyclones with the extra lock-on damage output initially. The rapid fire launch is still one that I can't really remember the name of any time, I feel like. Well, MaSa's definitely doing a great job of getting back into the game from what wasn't a great start on that initial fight. A little bit better for him now, and again sieging up towards his opponent. The Cyclone numbers coming up to fight against those Liberators. Meanwhile, we actually see some Hellions in towards MaSa's main base. Not a lot of workers in here for MaSa. The ones that were here have evacuated a little bit, so MaSa will be able to clean up without too much damage taken. You see KeeN pushing forwards. He's taking a lot of damage himself, though, losing a lot of his own tanks in the moment. As you do see, the tanks, Cyclones, the 4, going to keep on pushing up from this 4th base. So they're going to push up from this 4th base and through in towards the center of the map, and we are going to be seeing the Vikings and the Liberator just going to sit over here as well as some of the bio regroups, and it feels as though KeeN's going to get himself into this aggressive position now. Another tank or two going to keep on sieging up, and we are going to see this tank on the high ground gets annihilated pretty quick. Oh my god, it's not going down! No high ground vision, this one tank is just doing so much fighting. The Viking comes over. Bio Vikings, we're going to see what will happen here now, as we do just have a Terran player KeeN continuing to push on forwards. This planetary fortress is just over here. Cyclones again, if those lock-on upgrades, doing a lot of damage and taking his way very easily through the Vikings of his opponent, but now needs them to get onto these Liberators, which is not happening fast enough right here. And that's going to be MaSa's cue to come on down, and KeeN's army is disappearing. MaSa pushes this away. MaSa cleans on up. So MaSa cleans this up, as you will see those Cyclones getting picked off here, and all the 2-2 upgrades definitely help with that. KeeN only on +1 attack, hasn't got into anything else so far. But yeah, MaSa with a cleanup here. Those Liberators actually got a lot of damage done over time, and just really took KeeN way too long to do anything with them, to the point where actually the Liberator at the end was actually picking off Cyclones faster than the Cyclones could get rid of the Liberator. Which is obviously a pretty interesting scenario. Anyways, Bio still coming down this right side. We'll see another stim, and MaSa will split, but probably decides that this isn't worth fighting just yet. As a Bio player, it's always so hectic and trying to find fights and figuring out which fights you want to take and which of just what else you're looking for. Hellions, Cyclones, tanks still gathering up over here right now, as we see Liberator is actually being used for harassment. Going to be forcing workers off mineral lines, and obviously that's painful because KeeN cannot really afford to lose too much mine time to himself at the moment. Vikings moving around here as well. +2 ship weapons on the way here from MaSa, +2 vehicle weapons on the way here from KeeN. MaSa in this moment going to be rich and maxed out, but on Abyssal Reef it becomes very difficult to figure out what he should do once he reaches being maxed. Because how do you attack into a mech play on Abyssal? It's not easy. Right now KeeN's going to start getting some counter damage of his own. Hellions coming in on either side of the mineral line. Some of them just going to go to the high ground too, which is one of the weaknesses of maybe that lower ground base. A lot of workers of MaSa going down. He does get himself in a position on the 5th base of KeeN. He has a couple of tanks already as well. As he moves forwards, he's actually going to take a very good fight here, MaSa. Planetary forwards will just go down as well. Now he will open up access to get rid of these last couple of tanks. Vikings are going to get rid of every single medevac though until they boost away. So the medevacs do start boosting backwards. A few more SCVs here are going to get picked away as well. It was a very interesting fight overall. MaSa comes out in supply. Remember, he lost workers behind this, which obviously helps KeeN out in that regard. Army supplies are very even here. We're going to see those Vikings lifting up to join the air battle. Important to get rid of that Liberator, but also just Viking on Viking. going to go the way of MaSa, actually, who's still moving forward with more units. We get one final tank here, and he actually just saves that tank on very low hit points. Able to pull away now. Vehicle plating on the way up from KeeN. Really realizing the importance, perhaps, of getting something up here to help him out in the skies. Because right now he has +2 vehicle weapons, but he has no ship weapons. And it's actually MaSa who'll have +2 on the ship weapons. Go a long way to helping him out, as this game really back and forth, and anyone's for the taking still. 5 bases apiece. MaSa's still reluctant to take this base to this left-hand side that is so commonly taken as the 4th. He's going to run on in, and oh my god, some SCV stacking up. MaSa splits a little bit to help out. A couple of Marines start to push this back. A landed Viking shreds Hellions. Still 10 workers down, especially as Hellions coming on this side too. Some mules included in that. Now we're going to be seeing MaSa losing a lot of eco once again. Moving forward with his army. Well, can he do enough here? The tank's currently on siege. Maybe he can get 1 or 2 tanks initially, but after the first few tanks, does he have enough to keep on going? Probably not. He actually gets a lot more than I thought with that kind of split ahead and splitting his units up a little bit. As we are going to see the Marauders and Marines picking up another Hellion over on the ramp. MaSa, though, again, down in economy means he has to be very careful because, again, generally he'll be trading worse over time as the bio player. And that really means that the mech player, if he has more economy, it's just going to have everything going for him. Better trades and the better ability to rebuild. Tanks here sieging on up, and the Vikings going to keep on pushing forwards. And you're going to see these medevacs pulling back just a little bit further too. That CC lands to the top side, and MaSa trying to re-establish a base. He did get this base up here eventually as well. All of his bases are orbitals, by the way, bar this one. 4 orbitals, 1 planetary. It means that he just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to kind of invest into it, but obviously that's kind of painful because it means that Hellions get a lot done. The liberals on the top side are going to get picked away at here by KeeN, who runs on in, and he's going to be able to come in and, well, those libs actually come in to fight. Actually, with Vikings on the other side, maybe it's worthwhile. He loses the liberators, though, which is the issue. He would have won this fight even without the liberators joining in, especially with the upgrades here. MaSa continue to have a good time in the skies. Isn't enough, though. Those tanks on siege, as MaSa was thinking about dropping on top of the army. The army's just going to push on forwards here anyways from KeeN. He's got a lot of Hellbats tanking that damage, giving the tanks a chance to really shell away at so much of this. MaSa has split up his units, but is it enough? I think the answer is no. GG, and KeeN takes game number second game. Down a map to the bottom right-hand side, our blue Terran player. It is MaSa. MaSa now, so KeeN does now guarantee himself going through this group in 3rd place over Cass. MaSa, though, needs to win this game to stop himself from losing out on 2nd place in the group. Kind of depends, like KeeN, obviously if he wins this, he will be taking 2nd place. If he loses this game, MaSa, I believe, will still go through in 2nd place. So it kind of depends. Does KeeN want to play Beyond tomorrow, or does he want to play a laser? Finishing 2nd, we'll play him. We'll put him against Beyond. Finishing 3rd, we'll put him against a laser. And honestly, I don't even know. Like, laser ZVT is pretty terrifying lately. I feel as though Beyond might be beatable in the TvT. I kind of feel if I was KeeN right now, I'd rather play Beyond than a laser. I think. That would be my guess. Hard to know, though. Hard to know. SCV coming across the map right now for KeeN. My boy Pilly is out. Yeah, Pilly didn't have the best days here today. Pilly claims he's not playing anymore. Yeah, he isn't. He's playing a lot of Dota at the moment. Message deleted, message requested. God damn it. CV going up the right hand side and just having a little bit of a look around. early game is an expansion out of KeeN, so he's going to go Reaper expand this game, and at the same time, across the map, MaSa is the one who's going to go a little bit more aggressive this time. It's actually interesting because this is a bit of a turnaround from last game. MaSa only with 2 workers on each gas though means that he actually throws down this expansion now.
And as he throws down this expansion the natural,
well, he basically gets set up into this point where he just expands a little bit faster off of still a faster factory, etc. And he still will have a slightly faster starport too. Barracks will build a reactor factory. Not building anything just yet. Maybe waiting for the gas to make another cyclone. But then what do you build off the starport? Hard to say. The double Reaper coming around. 2 Reapers from KeeN as well. He played this safely. You've seen that CC is on the way up, but it's being attacked by an SCV at the moment. KeeN will lose that. The cyclone comes in to clean it out. Actually, at the same time, though, MaSa loses a Reaper across the map, so not a great start from him there. As we wait to see just what the builds will be going into the mid game. Like, is KeeN going to play mech again? Is he going to play that cyclone opening? Or is MaSa going to have a change of heart in how he likes to play? I'd imagine no, MaSa really is more of a bio player than a mech player. Does everyone play at the same time tomorrow, or is every match streamed? Tomorrow, every single match will be streamed live. We'll have all of those matches for you tomorrow. I don't know what the match order will be tomorrow, because obviously it's a little bit tough to judge. They'll probably kind of set up the match order based on certain players playing certain times based on their time zone or their region. So I don't know what the order will be, but they will be played separately. They will not be played at the same time. Two Reapers going to get pushed away, and we are going to be seeing the Reaper of MaSa. We'll actually pick up another Reaper kill of KeeN. So now it's been a Reaper for Reaper so far, and so far neither player really making huge commitments. Reaper coming up to the top. Cyclone's going to be coming on through as well. And this Cyclone of MaSa throws down a grenade. Not much is happening. Even more Cyclones coming over, and we are going to be seeing this medevac of MaSa continue to come up as well. Reaper pops in. CC gets slowed down here. This SCV going to get back to building it. 2 medevacs of MaSa loading up Marines and tanks. He actually used his boost, but then actually didn't go across the map. And the Cyclone's going to continue to build right now, and we are going to be seeing MaSa again. Getting ready to go across here and drop. So he's going to get aggressive. Going into bio as KeeN goes into mech. Factory moves on over. Tech lab will be placed. Starport starts up too. He starts up the starport quite quickly here in this, and we'll see what he gets out of it. Last game he really didn't have any air control. It was actually MaSa, funnily enough, to take the air control, which is not really how you would generally expect that to go, I imagine. Is going to be seeing a few of these Marines starting to fight. The tanks in the low ground actually against the Cyclones. Having a pretty good tank because the Cyclones can't quite reach them to help out. More Cyclones from the south side though, picking off a tank already, and all of those tanks going to get cleaned down. MaSa gets shut down, and now the lock-ons will do a bit of damage. Don't manage to kill off a medevac just yet though. MaSa gets shut down though, and KeeN already putting himself in a good little spot there. MaSa expanding the location is nice. This command center is already up for KeeN on his first, as his third CC. He's up already 8 workers actually, as MaSa kind of scatter or try and run around with this. Reaper does actually pick it off there, so Reaper gets picked off, and just going to be seeing this Reaper of KeeN going to be coming across over to the right hand side now. So Reaper comes over to the right, and we're going to be seeing this Marine does get picked off too. Stimpack and combat shields and +1 all the way from MaSa. +1 armor too, so all of the upgrades at once here now. We're already trailing in supply in army and in workers. He's going to have to do something to make up for that, considering again, he's the bio player against the mechin player. The mechin player should not be allowed to have all of these advantages, otherwise it really just becomes too difficult of a scenario to fight back from. Medevac will load and move away. That was a Liberator getting a few kills. I mean, not many, but it's it's a few. It's something. One Reigniter still coming on up here, and again, a couple more Liberators coming out at the main base. It's actually amazing that MaSa is the one that keeps on just producing so many of these Liberators here, I guess. Really using them and relying on them to some extent in his gameplay of this TvT against the mech. Two more Liberators, and they're going to split up and just go in different directions here. Again, looking to use them for harassment at the moment, as we see still some bio just gathering up on the natural. MaSa will start to move out into the center of the map. People ask in the chat what happens if Cast and KeeN get tied. Well, Casted loses to KeeN 0-2. So in the head-to-head, Cast loses out, and that is the next deciding feature in the results. So if KeeN loses this map, he still goes through the group in third place. If KeeN wins this game, he's tied with MaSa, but obviously in the head-to-head he would have won, and so then he advances in second place. So this is a battle right now, the second map for second and third place in the group. Big mech push from KeeN coming down through on the left central side, and MaSa at the same time is also moving out. There's a lot of these tanks that are maybe a little bit exposed here. I actually have to say there's not very many Hellions to kind of back this up or to sort of support this army. And so if he was to kind of take a fight right away with this tanks on siege, I feel as though MaSa would have a pretty good time, but obviously hard for him to know that. This might turn into a bit of a base trade here, honestly. Currently Liberators coming across, going to get ready to siege up in some bases. And as MaSa will find himself on the third base of his opponent. Look at this, KeeN's already moving up, and he will go straight in towards the production lines of MaSa here. So he's already going to be shutting down production. MaSa trying to dance around a little bit. The CVs will start to go down. The problem is if KeeN just gets some tanks up on the high ground, which he already has done, it was very difficult for him to do much here already, although that Liberator is actually going to start picking his way through the tanks, and he's actually going to be able to drop into the main base, drop onto those tanks, and getting rid of the tanks would be huge. It basically means he can do so much more, cutting away from the SCVs at the moment. Another tank comes out in the kind of in the distance, sieges up all the way over there. A couple of orders go onto it to clean it up, and he will be able to pick up those kills. In the main base as well, doing quite a bit right now. MaSa has a single tank over on this side. He still has the Liberators too, which could really become a saving grace in all of this. The thing is, MaSa doesn't have much left in the main in terms of actual units, so he needs to make sure he shuts down his production without too much else coming out. Otherwise, he will be in a little bit of a rough spot here. Again, just the one tank over here from at the moment as those barracks are flying out in towards the center of the map. So Max moving out in towards the center again. Marauders continuing to fire away at a few more of these units right now. Structures continuing to fall. This armory continuing to fall as well. You're all going to see those couple of Hellions. They're going to be taken down right now as we're going to be seeing the tanks continue to come on through. SCV is taking a lot more damage as well. Where do we go from here? KeeN does have the Vikings to work with. MaSa was building barracks. Now he cancels them. What's his plan? I mean, he still has barracks over here, which he's making Marines from. Starforce and Cloak? Honestly, Cloak Banshees might not be a bad thing, but there is orbitals around on the map. So we're seeing our bio continue to move around on the map as well. As you see, the orbital here is going to take some more hot shots. Marauders continue to fight against this. This orbital will be going down. At least forced to be lifted, but I think KeeN's just got enough. He's going to move around, he's going to find barracks build, and I think MaSa's just out of options. And he's trying to build up some Marines over here. I mean, I guess it's something, right? KeeN himself doesn't have any production. Okay, he actually does. He's got some production over here. He doesn't have much mining. Liberator's got taken down previously as MaSa's doing what he can with his bio force. Cyclone does find just this factory down here, and it's just a Cyclone working his way through it at the moment. And this could be problematic with such an army coming in. The Vikings can chase those medevacs. If the medevacs get shut off by the Vikings, well, that's a big part of this army of MaSa that's going to disappear. In fact, everything from this army of MaSa is going to start going down. He gets the full medevacs, and that's probably going to be GG. As really, where do you go now? MaSa's built up a few units over here. Maybe he could have tried with them, but I mean, again, what avail would he have really found?